Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Shak and I'm back with another one. So we've reached 24 weeks. This is just a quick update on how I've been from 20 to 24 weeks. Yeah, so let's get started. At this point, finally, near enough everyone can feel the baby move now. Some people could before, some people couldn't, but definitely now, like at this point, you can definitely feel baby move, which is exciting. There were still some ups and downs with the movements in terms of there'll be days where baby's really, really active, and then there'll be days where baby's just not really doing much. And I still get a little bit worried, but someone said to me, as long as you get at least 3 movements in the day, in the morning, like around lunchtime, and in the evening, don't panic too much. And I've noticed that every time I eat, baby moves, so that is helpful. So even if, you know, there isn't much movement throughout the day, every time I eat, if baby moves, I know we're all good. You can proper see the kicks from the outside now. I know in my last video I did a little post where you could see a little kick, but now you can proper see like the kicks of the outside. It's really exciting. My mood has just been getting better and better and better. I'm a lot happier now. I'm actually fine now. When people say to me, you know, how you doing and stuff, I'm actually fine. There's no more sickness, there's no more funny belly aches. I still get a bit of heartburn, but not too much, so I'm actually doing really well at the moment, so that's good. Like, I'm a lot happier. My mood has changed. During my mood has changed a lot. I have been experiencing some headaches. I've called my midwife a few times about it, but she says because of the stage that I'm at, they said that it's quite normal to have these headaches. It's the build-up of hormones going up and down. Sometimes your body's used to it, sometimes it's not, and it can result in headaches. But apparently that is all fine and it's all normal. I think if I had a headache throughout the entire day, they've said to me if I've had it throughout the entire day, then I would have to go into the hospital. But it's never been the entire day. It's been maybe a couple hours. Even sometimes I think I just need to eat. Sometimes I eat and I still have the headache, but most of the time, probably about an hour or 2 at most. It's just a lot when you have it, and then you can't really take, you can take paracetamol, but I don't really like to take anything. I'm trying not to take anything. I don't think I've taken, so far in this pregnancy, I don't think I've taken anything, which I'm quite proud of, because I don't really want to do that. I feel like if I can ride out a headache, I'll just ride it out, because you know, otherwise I'd be taking paracetamol all the time, and we just don't want that, do we? So we found out the gender. Well, we found out the gender at a 20-week scan, but me and my partner didn't know what we were having. And then we recently had, because I'm past 24 weeks, I'm actually 26, but I'm just giving you my 20 to 24 week update. But we did have a gender reveal, as you may have seen at the beginning of the video, but I haven't showed you yet, you'll see at the end. We do know what we're having, and I'm so excited, like, I'm so excited. There's an app that I downloaded. I haven't used it much, but I think that's just more me being a little bit lazy. But it is called Prenatal Yoga. It is really, really good. They have like the most stretches and things on the app. It's really good. I would definitely recommend it. I think anyone who's having any back pains or want to exercise more or do stretches, I would recommend downloading the Prenatal Yoga app, because it is a very, very good app, and it works for me when I do it. I just haven't been doing it that much, but we're gonna get back into it properly. It's just, you know, some days I'm tired or some days I can't bother because I'm still at work, so you know, it's a bit long sometimes. I have been experiencing the sore nipples again even more, and sometimes it's just like an absolute bitch, because I'll go out, like I might pop to the shop or something and just be in a jumper, not put my coat on, but when the cold gets to me, the pain is unreal. Obviously, ladies, you know, when you get cold, your nipples get a little bit hard, but because they're already sore, it just makes it 10 times worse. Like, it is not the one. And then on top of that, it's like they take forever to warm up, so even when you get in or you're back in warmth, they're still hurting, and it's too much. But so I would just say, if you're experiencing sore nips and it's cold outside, even if it's a quick trip, put your coat on, because I'm telling you, you will regret it, because I've done it to myself a couple of times and I've literally just wanted to cry, because I'm just sitting there waiting for them to go down because they hurt so much. But yeah, put on a coat. before I was telling you guys how I was having like crazy dreams and weird vivid dreams. That is all stopped. Don't have that anymore. Back to normal dreams actually. Sometimes they can still be a little bit weird, but then, you know, who doesn't have a bit of a weird dream every now and then? So, but the crazy vivid dreams, they're all gone. Don't have that anymore, so that's good. I'd say at about 22 weeks, 22 to 24 weeks, baby must have repositioned themselves, because I feel like I'm constantly getting kicked in my bladder. It's like, because for example, this is my belly. Every time I have a scan, the baby's head is here, the legs are there. So that you can always feel like more kicks on this side because of their legs. But I don't know if like the position where their head's here and their legs are going down. But that is honestly how I can explain it. And I just constantly feel like my bladder's being like flicked at. And it's strange because I could literally just go toilet, empty my bladder, and then get up and feel like I'm absolutely bursting again. Even though I know that there's nothing in there. And it's just baby's little legs just playing with my bladder basically. And I've heard a few people, if there's someone else who's like a week away from me, and they was having the same thing. So I think around this time your baby might reposition themselves and just be on your bladder. So obviously it's good to drink lots of water and stuff. Just make sure you've got a toilet nearby, because they're going to be doing this on your bladder and it's not fun. And for me, I do driving for a job, so it's like if I go toilet then I get back on the bus and then there's just all this going on. I feel like I'm going to wet myself and I'm actually not. And it's just like, oh, but you know what? At the same time, I'm not complaining, because even though I'm getting kicks in my bladder and feel like I need to go to the toilet, I'm still getting the kicks and I love it. I could literally sit and watch my belly all day long. Like sometimes I've even like, because I do bus driving, I've even left the stand late, a couple minutes late, because I'm just sitting there watching baby move around, not realising the time, and I should have left. But hey, you know what? It's all part of the experience and it's exciting. I was meant to mention this in my last video and probably the one before that as well. I just kept forgetting. But I have been experiencing being out of breath for like no reason. I will literally be walking up the stairs or walking from the front room to the kitchen and back. And there are just some days where I'm proper out of breath, like I just ran from the kitchen to the front room. But it's only a little bit. It's not like I'm sitting down and I'm panting for ages. It's just like, you get up, you do something, you're out of breath for a couple of seconds, or you're trying to talk while you're doing something, you just need a hot second to catch your breath. I think that, well, that is normal, because as your baby grows more, everything's getting squashed in there. And then on top of that, when you've just eaten or whatever, sometimes it does feel like baby's a little bit up in your chest. So I have had a little bit of breathlessness, but I'm okay. I think some days are worse than others. I think for me, it depends on how much I've eaten, because nah, it's just most of the time actually. I think eating just probably makes it a little bit worse, but it's not crazy. You're only out of breath for a little bit. Once you sat down or stopped for a bit, a couple of seconds, and you catch your breath again, so it's okay. My sickness did try and come back for a couple of days. Say for about 4 days in a row, I just kept waking up feeling sick. I wasn't actually sick, but I just kept waking up feeling like I was gonna puke, and I was thinking, oh no, like the sickness is coming back. There was one day where I ate a chicken pasta bake, but it had vegan cheese on it, and it didn't go down very well. The type of cheese that I tried, it's actually a vegan cheese that can melt, but it had like a slimy texture, and I'm someone who has a bit of texture issues. I probably had about 1-2 bites of it, and I was just like, nah, I can't eat it. And then like 2 seconds after that, I did throw up. But that was the one time since getting over my sickness at about 12 weeks, that's been the first time I've thrown up again. And obviously I was experiencing sicky feeling again, but I do partly feel it was also the cheese. I just don't think it agreed with me. So that was just the one time. And then after the 4 days of feeling sick in the mornings, it went, and I've been fine since. I haven't really felt like I wanted to throw up or anything. So I think it's gone now. But you know, being pregnant, things can go, things can come back. So we'll just have to see. But like, all in all, I've been doing really, really well. And I just feel like I've been getting a lot more better, which is great. And I'm like, now I'm just fully enjoying my pregnancy. I did have a bit of a stage where I wasn't eating properly. That was probably at about 16 weeks. I wasn't really eating properly. It was around the sickness, and then after I got over the sickness, I wasn't really eating properly. I did go through a bit of an emotional stage because I just felt like I'm being a bit of a crappy mum to be, because, you know, I need to feed my body so, you know, my baby can get what they need, and they're not getting it. But you know what? What I will say is, when you can't eat, don't force it. Just at least make sure you're getting a lot of fluids in. When you can eat, eat. Whatever you want, eat. Because I had planned to be this healthy, have a healthy vegan pregnancy, and it just didn't work out like that. Your body wants what it wants or doesn't want what it doesn't want, and you can't force it. So as long as you're getting little bits in when you're struggling, just try not to stress yourself, because you know what, you can't control how you feel. It's the hormones, they're like this, they're just up and down. When I finally got over that, plus I had the app, and obviously I was reading the app every day, because you have weekly updates and then you have daily updates. And I think when it kept saying you should be, at this stage you're probably eating more and and eat this and eat that and get this in and get that for your baby and all this stuff, it probably wasn't helping. So what I would say is, reading things about your pregnancy and educating yourself and updating yourself is great, but if you feel like it's starting to make you feel a bit crappy because you're probably not where the app says you should be, then stop reading it, because that's what I did. I no longer read the daily updates. I just read my weekly updates about how my body changes and the baby changes, and that's it, because I feel it was stressing me out too much, and I just felt like I wasn't where the app said I should be, and it was just making me feel crappy. But since I've stopped doing that and just reading the weekly updates, I've been great. And I've definitely got my appetite now. I'm starting to put on a little bit of weight, not much, but yeah, like, and I feel good, and I'm actually really enjoying the pregnancy. So we haven't got long left, and now that I know what I'm having, I've started buying stuff. Like, even though we're still redecorating, I've been buying a lot of stuff, and it's like, we're on our room now, and we should probably get a move on, because the things that I've been ordering, they're on their way, and they're big boxes, so we're gonna need somewhere to put them. But yeah, that is just a quick update on my 24 weeks. I'm currently 26 weeks as of yesterday, so I'm going to show you the bump now, but this is the bump at 26 weeks. But when you have a look at the video, the gender reveal video, that was me at 24 weeks, but because I'm quite far, you probably can't tell how big my belly is. But yeah, so I'm going to show you the bump now. So this is the bump at 26 weeks. Another thing I will say is, just take it all in. One more thing I will say is, after you reach 24 weeks, you will notice how much your belly's actually growing quite rapidly. Because there are some mornings I wake up and I get up and I just think, oh my God, I've proper sprouted this morning. Like, I feel like I'm bigger than yesterday. And I noticed that after my gender reveal, which was at 24 weeks, the week later, literally 7 days later, my belly was, you could tell how much my belly had grown. After 24 weeks, this is when you're going to notice that your belly is starting to grow really fast. And you can feel how much stronger your baby is getting as well, because it's gotten to a point where when baby's really, really active, it actually tickles sometimes. So sometimes I'll be laying on my side and it's proper tickling. Or sometimes I'll get a strong kick and I'll be like, ooh, like, okay, that was a big one. That's my 24-week update, and I will see you guys at my 28th week. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.